Good morning, everybody. Today I'm bringing you my very first State of the Studio address, and this is a segment that I'll be doing for the next little while we're kind of all in our homes. Right now, I am privileged enough to be working from my home studio, and I wanted to continue to create the atmosphere that I have at my City Hall studio. And one of the really big aspects of my residency has been with public interaction. And right now, with it not having the availability of people coming in and out of my studio and seeing what I'm up to, I wanted to bring that to you in a different format. So right now, I wanted to let you know what I'm working on, what I'm thinking, why that's important to me, and we'll just go from there. So right now, I am working on a new group of figurative work. If you followed my work for any amount of time, you know that everything I do is fabric, and a lot of that is for its storytelling aspects. There's this tactile nature to fabric, and there's a lot of histories and stories going into it, and that's where a lot of my American flag series has come from. And there's also been kind of vintage fabrics and worn and torn. But right now, through this residency, I've had the ability to put a lot more time into my work, and that has led me in new directions and new bodies of work. So what I'm doing right now is I've really been curious about figurative work for a long time, and now with the ability to spend a lot of time working on it, I'm working towards developing how I paint figures, how I work on skin, what colors I'm using, what methods and techniques are better for me as an artist. And I'm kind of taking some of my elements of layering and doing different glazes and layers to build up to create my imagery. And I'm finding that with figurative work, I like to take a little bit different approach. So I'm trying some more abstracted elements. I'm trying some palette knife. I'm trying loosening up, because with my fabric, I already know how my approach is. I know that it's going to be detailed. I know that I'm going to try and get every kind of texture in there. And I know that it has a certain level of realism. Now with my figurative work, there's this new opportunity. It's like uncharted territory for me, where I can go in a whole new direction. I could have a different style. I could loosen up, or I could keep it tight and refined. And so I'm just kind of playing with everything right now. I had intended to start a new body of work with the figurative series, but then quarantine and social distancing and everything happened right at this time. And I'm finding that instead of that being an inhibitor, it can be a opportunity for trying something that I wasn't prepared to try. So with that said, I'm going to talk a little bit about what I'm working on right now, which is pandemic inspired work. So I've got this oil sketch that I did, and this is in my sketchbook, and I've gessoed some paper. And this is just a really quick, I don't know, maybe half hour of just kind of laying it down, not so much to get accurate colors or anything, but to see what the overall feel of this could be for a future piece. I'm kind of playing with the idea of doing a red background for this, because I'm looking to instill the emotion of what this time is bringing for everyone. And there's a lot of fear and anxiety and just a lot of uneasy feelings, and that's what I'm feeling right now, and that's where this idea is going. And I want to touch on that element in this body of work that I'll be creating, and it's such a collective experience that I think that this would be really relatable. And so this is a sketch for probably what will become a full-blown painting at some point as I play with the different options. And so that's kind of one thing that I've got going. Also, I have, this is, just, you can't really tell probably, but it's a figure kind of in contemplation and a little bit fearful. And I'm gonna play again with that same idea of using color palette to convey emotions and to give this experience a tangible, something that we can hold and look at and process. And I think that that's helpful for me, and it could be helpful for my audience. And finally, what I've started on also this week is this painting right here of my youngest daughter, and you know, we've got school canceled and activities canceled, and our whole life is kind of being put into a different venue. We're all home, we're all doing our best, and we're confronted with new experiences, and the kids are having to handle that in their own way. And I wanted to convey that and capture that moment a little bit. So she's peeking out of the blinds and just kind of wondering, like, when can I go out? When can life resume? When will normalcy return? And I wanted to spend this time really thinking about those things. And some of these are kind of the sadder side of our experiences, but there will also be a lot of happy moments coming. I'm really thinking about the idea of new connections that we're making where, you know, we're with our close family members, and maybe siblings are bonding more, maybe parents and children are bonding more, maybe we're doing game night, maybe we're having these moments of happiness and laughter and connection. So in addition to some of the fear and anxiety and stress that I will definitely be working through, I think that there'll be some happy stuff coming too, and that's in the works. So we'll see what the coming weeks bring. But I just wanted to address where I'm at with my work right now, and if you have any questions, or if you want to interact in any different way, I really want to recreate the studio experience that we're missing out on right now. So if you want to know what I'm doing, why I'm mixing that color, or how I'm layering things, feel free to reach out, ask questions on any of my posts, and just kind of give me feedback and let me know what you're going through and what your experience is. Thank you, guys.